Most of us go out to a restaurant so someone else can wait on us, prepare our food, and serve it to us. Well, here's an exception, a place where you're both the customer and the cook. It's called the Pfunky Griddle in Nashville. And as Rob Wiles discovered, do-it-yourself diners have as much fun preparing their food as they do consuming it.
So, you're craving some pancakes, you come to the Pfunky Griddle in Nashville and they sit you at a nice table and they bring out your order, which looks like...
Here you are, sir.
Wow, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Looks like a construction kit for extraordinary pancakes. And just how extraordinary they are, that's up to the chef, which is you. Because at each table, there's a griddle. And when it gets nice and hot, you begin to create. Now, that's a pancake.
Well, what do you think, bud?
It was very good.
Good.
Beth Taylor is always on quality patrol. After all, she and stepdaughter Penelope Funtner came up with the Pfunky Griddle. Funky idea, funky name, which grew out of Penelope's last name, P-F-U-N-T-N-E-R.
You got to live with that last name, Funtner. You might as well have some fun with it. Because I used to be a Smith, so now I'm a Funtner.
When you changed, you really changed.
I did, and I was destined for a crazy Mustang. Yep.
Craziness is right. Remember your mama telling you not to play with your food? Well, forget that here. Customers are turned loose with jars of pancake batter and all kinds of toppings, letting them cook everything they need for breakfast anytime. Sounds like a prescription for a mess.
They come in clean, they mostly leave clean, and we clean up. And you know you make a big mess when you do it at home anyway. Better to do it here. Then you don't have to clean up that mess. We haven't had any on the ceilings yet.
None of the trees yet.
Yeah, nothing yet. There's always a day.
I don't mind the cooking part, it's the cleaning I don't like. So, if I had somebody else to do it for me, I'm down for it.
James Borders is a regular at the Pfunky Griddle, and he has become quite the pancake chef.
So when your bubbles come through and are dry when they pop, it's getting closer to being ready to turn.
James is such a connoisseur, he's discovered that pancakes are like fine cuts of meat. Different parts of the pancake used for different purposes.
I eat my pancake around the edge because where I put the butter, where it's nice and buttery, that's my dessert section right there, so I eat it last. The more butter, I get maybe the more decadent the dessert, I don't know.
Let's face it, okay? There's no part of a pancake that isn't, well, decadent, particularly around here.
We have a 5-grain, it's whole wheat, rye, corn, buckwheat, brown rice flour. All the grains are certified organic. There's no sugar in that batch there. And then I do a unbleached, unbrominated white, which is like your grandmother's white pancake mix, which has a small amount of sugar, but does have sugar in it. So we present a picture of each with the order at the table, and one topping comes with that, and they can create any, of course we have many, numerous toppings to go with it. You can have blueberry and pecan pancakes, chocolate chips, M&Ms, coconut. We have one girl that has mozzarella cheese, cheddar cheese in her pancakes. She orders a random cheddar cheese and cooks it into her pancakes.
Makes her happy.
Yeah.
Well, you have all this healthy batter, and then you give people M&Ms.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta have a
You
little
gotta
bit of
cheat
love
once in a
there.
while.
And real butter.
Yes, real butter.
We tried, we can't do the margarine. We tried to go, our hands start shaking, and we go for the butter.
You gotta have real whipped butter.
What makes Penelope and Beth really happy, aside from seeing people pounce on their pancakes, is to know how the family got together to make the Pfunky Griddle come to life.
I called my dad and Beth. I'm like, can you build tables? Will you come? And because I knew if he built the tables, people would come. So my dad said, yeah, and he did it. And Beth knew all about the baking and that part and the pancake mix and had all that. So I got a good deal. He could build the tables and she knew how to make the pancake mix. And
Penelope did the gourmet sandwiches. That was her creation, and we just combined breakfast and lunch together.
So it's a great place to bring the softball team by for some carb loading and some hand-to-eye coordination too. And for the people who are not in the mood for pancakes or for cooking, there are soups and salads and sandwiches all made for you. But for the breakfast chefs among us, even for the folks who normally do most of the cooking, here they usually get some help and a healthy side order of fun.
No, he poured the butter and I flipped the pancakes.
So is it, don't you want to go to a restaurant where you don't have to cook?
Oh yeah, sometimes we go when they cook, but this is different. This is nice. I like it. And the place is, the decoration is really good and it's different. I like the difference.
So many people do, where you can cook, create, even get a little funky at the Pfunky Griddle in Nashville.